Swaram, the Musicast.
Hello guys, I am your host Purnima Dhokre and you are listening to Swarang the Musicast. Thank you for tuning in and coming along with me on this journey. Today we have with us very talented and my dear friend Radha Dhengri. And I am very excited to have this conversation with her today because when the idea, the concept of making this type of podcast came to my mind, Radha was the first person I had discussed it with, and she has been encouraging and supportive all along. And I think therefore here I am after 2 months making my or recording my first ever podcast with her. So let's welcome Radha Thengri. Hi Radha, how are you?
Hi Purnima, thanks for inviting me. I'm good. I'm very fine. And it's a pleasure to be being interviewed by you. So thank you.
That makes me feel, more confident about doing this. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, to
Let's begin. Yeah.
yeah. So to start with, I want to ask you that what was the role of music in the early years of your life?
Okay. So uh, when I was 6, I started learning Kathak. And when I was 9, I started learning Hindustani classical music. And my brother used to learn classical music. So since a very tender age, I used to listen him sing at home, or I used to go with him to his music class. And the influence of classical music came to my life in that way. And the influence was so high that when I was in nursery, my teacher asked me, will you sing a song? So I asked her, what should I sing, Rag Kafi or Rag Bhim Palas?
Oh.
She was like, what is this? I was expecting a nursery rhyme, and she's
Right.
talking about some rag and all. So like that. And since very early age, my mother used to take me to various classical music concerts or music shows, hall shows, and like that. And everybody in my house is interested in music, so I listen to retro music, ghazals, and everything used to be there at my home, all the CDs and cassettes in that time. This was the role of music in my early life. Yeah.
That is so nice. I mean, right from the beginning, right from the childhood, you were very much involved in music and everything, and now
Yeah.
you're continuing it. I mean, the classical music. So before going further, I want to tell everyone that Radha is a person who has completed her Visharad in classical vocals, Visharad in Kathak, and her 12th boards in the same year, and she has nailed it,
Yeah.
like in all the three. So how did you manage that? How was that year for you?
Honestly speaking, I really don't know how I managed doing all the three things together, because since childhood I was habitual of doing 2 to 3 things at the same time, and I never looked at it like, oh my god, I'm having my 12th boards and music and dance visharad at the same time, how will I do it and all. I didn't had that approach while doing these three things together. And one more to add, in 12th standard I was city topper and Vidarbha topper also.
Wow, yes.
So it was yeah. So it is the biggest achievement for me also till date, that doing all the three things in the same year. But you know that it is possible. Anybody thinks that it is not manageable and all, but I think that anybody can do it, because there should be an urge to do something. I wanted to do everything together, so I did it. Then you need to prioritize the things. You should be dedicated in whatever you are doing, and everything is possible. That's the
And
thing.
yes, I see you have managed it really, I mean, perfectly. I don't think there was any hindrance or anything while you were doing everything together.
No.
So, talking
When
about
you're doing one thing, when you're doing one thing, you should totally focus upon it. If you are going doing dance, then you should forget about music and 12th standard for that matter, for that particular time.
right.
So everything is manageable.
About that, I mean, I see that you have a musical family, so naturally you had that support from your parents. But there are a lot of people and lot of children who want to learn to grow, but somehow their parents are like कि नहीं 10th or 12th है तो मतलब classes मत जाओ or something like that. So
Yeah.
what would you like to tell those children or the parents, I would say?
I would say that it is completely wrong. You shouldn't stop your child's hobby just for the sake of that exam? Like, well, this is a very nice question. I'll tell you that I don't know why there is a lot of hype about 10th and 12th standard exams. Like 10th standard exam is as equivalent to 9th standard exam, and 12th standard exam is as good as 11th standard exam. Just because the central board or the state board is conducting those exams, it naturally becomes a hype that it's 10th or 12th, but it's nothing like that. And just for that particular year, stopping your hobbies which you have been doing since childhood is not worth it. And I don't know why parents do these things, because they have also been through this phase, and they know that असली टेंशन और ये सब तो आने का ही है अभी तक लाइफ में. Still they do that thing. And you know that a 10th or a 12th standard child is he can manage everything, you know, like hobbies or exams and studies and all. Okay, I'll give you a quick example. You look at your mother and just see what she does in a single day. Like वो अपना घर संभालती है, अगर वो ऑफिस जाती है तो वो ऑफिस का भी काम संभालती है, वो बच्चों को संभालती है, वो किचन का सब काम करती है. दैट मीन्स शी इज मल्टीटास्किंग. शी इज डूइंग एवरीथिंग एट अ सिंगल टाइम. एंड फ्यूचर में सभी को कुछ ना कुछ मल्टीटास्किंग करना ही पड़ता है, मोर और लेस. तो और अभी के बच्चे आर मोर केपेबल ऑफ डूइंग मल्टीपल थिंग्स एट अ सेम टाइम. एंड अर्लियर, एज आई सेड, you prioritize the things. If you prioritize the things, everything is possible. So you shouldn't stop. because मैं 10th और 12th दोनों के टाइम मेरे डांस और गाना दोनों भी शुरू था, and it did not hinder my studies at all.
Like you are setting an example yourself for all these children and all these people who wanted to, you know, everything together. But also, I mean, like you are involved in two different art forms. I mean, Kathak and music. So has there been a time when you thought that there is sort of hindrance because you're doing two things simultaneously, or is it complementary that you are doing it together?
Yeah, it complements each other a lot. Like you know na, that Geetam, Vadyam, Nrutyam, Trayam Sangeetam Uchyate.
Yes.
That means Gayan, Vadan, and Nritya. These things all together is known as Sangeet, music. So yeah, it complements each other a lot. Like now, I am more focused upon singing more than dance. But since so many years, I have been doing both the things. And now also, if I'm singing, but all the tutorials of dance helps me a lot in singing. Like I'll tell you that dance has made my tal paksh very strong.
Yeah.
Like I'll give you an example. In dance, we do a lot of laikari. Like there is a bowl, I'll tell you. Like 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. So this is known as laikari. What basically I am doing, I'm just playing with 1 2 3 4 5 5 numbers.
Yes.
Okay, so if I substitute the swaras in this thing, like 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Saregamapa, 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 like this. So the laikari in dance helps me in classical music. Then other than that, the voice modulation. So music is helping me to do voice modulation in Kathak. There is a part known as Padhant, where we speak these bowls out. Okay, so like I said, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. If I recite it like 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. What is this? I mean, nobody will listen to nobody will listen to this kind of a padhan. So there should be a voice modulation which I learned from singing, like 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. There should be something complementing each other. So these are little things which then there comes expressions. Yeah. Right. So expressions we know dance is full of expressions. Dance cannot be done without expressions. But there, people do say that classical music doesn't need. There is no expression in classical music, but that is completely wrong.
Yes.
You need a lot of expression. Like, do you have time? Can I narrate
Yes,
you
yes, of
music
course.
and dance?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be great.
So let's take an example of Rag Hamsat Bhani. So in that rag, there is a bandish. You listen to the bowl first. Brahma Shiva Hari Arachana ki ho. Brahma Shiva Hari Arachana ki ho. ध्यान धरत सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी ध्यान धरत सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन की हो. So this is a bandish in Madhyalaya.
Amazing.
If,
It is so nice to
yeah,
hear.
if at all I dance with this bandish, so how will it go? It goes Brahma Shiva Hari Arachana ki ho. Brahma Shiva Hari Arachana ki ho. ध्यान धरत सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी ध्यान धरत सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन की हो. ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन की हो. So here,
amazing. Wait, first of all, I mean, it is like a visual and audio treat. I mean, you are amazing, man.
thank you. So here you understand that this is Bhakti Ras.
Yes.
I'm telling about Brahma, Shiva, Hari and all.
Yes.
And in the same rag, there is another bandish, which is Balman jao ghar sautan ke. Balman jao ghar sautan ke. बार बार तोहे विनती करत हूँ. बार बार तोहे विनती करत हूँ. मान मोरी नंद जसोमती हे बालमान जाओ घर सातन के. So here the prayasi, here the expression has completely changed.
Yes.
The prayasi is saying बालमान जाओ घर सातन के. बालमान जाओ घर सातन के. बार बार तोहे विनती करत हूँ. बार बार तोहे विनती करत हूँ. बालमान जाओ घर सातन के. So here she's worried, and so from this we understand that classical music has a lot of expression, and in the single rag you will get multiple of expressions. Like
Yes.
first there was Bhakti Ras, then you find that there is a worry or there is a jealousy in that particular lady that he is going somewhere else and like that.
Yes.
So अगर एक ही राग में इतने एक्सप्रेशन मिल रहे हैं तो पूरे क्लासिकल म्यूजिक में देखो कितने एक्सप्रेशंस मिलेंगे. So
Definitely, yeah.
it complements each other a lot, and yeah, there are many other things which I learn. So, and these things are self-taught, you know, because music teacher teaches me music, dance teacher teaches me dance, but it is up
You
to
are
me
the-
what
yeah,
I should take. Yeah,
both.
and I always combine both the knowledges, and I present my things, and
that
it's
is
a lot
I
of
think-
fun.
Yeah, and I see that it is very beneficial for you, your self growth. So do you
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
there has been like a change after you have started learning or pursuing music as a whole?
In my personality,
Yeah, how have you
Oh,
been
yeah.
like, before and after? Yeah.
No, there is always a change. I'm changing a lot, and you know that classical music takes you inside yourself. It's like that. This line is written in Subodh Bhave's book, which is Ghei Chanda. The
Yes.
book's name is, and in that book he has written that the Western music helps you to forget yourself, and classical music helps you to go inside yourself.
Wow.
So you see how big, and yeah, it encourages you and it makes you very thoughtful. Classical music, basically. So yeah, I keep on changing, and the thoughts keep on changing. I introspect a lot because of classical music.
So
Yeah.
there has been like a very positive change in you throughout the journey.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
So, like last but not the least, there are so many people stepping into this ocean of classical music, this world of classical music, and still, you know, they have some, they fear or they are not very sure that they want to do this or not. So, what would you like to tell them?
I would like to tell them that they should obviously pursue classical music, and it's an ocean. You should be very patient if you are entering this field. You cannot learn this art in a single day or in a month or in a year. Like my guru, Manjiri Vaidya Iyer, Dr. Manjiri Vaidya Iyer, she always tells me that एक कलाकार या एक गायक या एक आर्टिस्ट बनने के लिए एक तप लगता है. एक तप means what 12 years.
Yes.
Yeah, 12 years. Yeah, so it takes a lot of patience. Then find a good guru. I'm really blessed with all my good gurus. Like now I'm learning Kathak from Guru Ruhi Masotkar, and music from, like I said, Dr. Manjiri Vaidya Iyer, and blindly follow whatever your guru tells you. It's very important to listen to your guru, whatever he or she is telling you. They'll tell it for your benefit and nothing else. Then be very dedicated towards your riyaz. Do as much as riyaz as you can, because there is no shortcut to success other than riyaz. Yeah, and apart from classical music, if you want to pursue any other genre of music, but you should you should be trained in classical music. At least you should have minimum knowledge about classical music, because it is the base for any genre of music. Without having any knowledge of classical music, you cannot pursue uh, any other field, or you cannot succeed in any light music. Yeah. So these are the few points.
This is some great advice from a musician or an artist to an artist. So thank you so much, Radha. It was really fun and really, you know, inspiring. And I got to know a lot of things. I mean, new things. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was really nice talking with you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Swaram, the Musicast.